It's 2025 and Apple still don't have a folding phone. Let's go. Z Fold 7 has been a phone that I can now recommend to slab phone users. Not so much in the past, but absolutely this year, I can. If you are feeling underwhelmed by Apple's marketing launch, iPhone 17 launch, and maybe you want to give something else a try, the Z Fold 7 could be your answer. Let me show you why I think you should get a Z Fold 7 over an iPhone 17 Pro Max. I mean, the first thing is it folds. Like, you literally have a phone and a tablet in one device. Starting with it closed though, I think that's probably what you might want to know the most about, because if you've used a slab phone before, you're used to that aspect ratio, you're used to that form factor. The Fold 7 this year has literally pretty much made it the same experience when it's closed as you've got with a slab phone. They've made it thinner, they've made it lighter. You've got 8.9 millimeters thin when it's closed and only 215 grams. Lighter than the S25 Ultra, which is a full-on slab smartphone, and that's even lighter than the 17 Pro Max already. So the fact that this is lighter than both of those, very impressive. The 8.9 millimeters thin as well is actually only fractionally thicker than the 17 Pro Max too. So you're not even holding that much more phone in your hands. In fact, from a weight point of view, you're technically holding less. The cover display is now a fully functional, fully usable 6.5-inch screen that is an aspect ratio of 21:9. And that's pretty much in line with the 20:9 aspect ratios of normal smartphones. So you're getting that extra bit of width, which is going to make it easier to sort of type on. And because it's thinner, you're actually getting a nice one-handed experience too. So it's kind of covering all bases there. You're getting a nice compact phone, but you're also getting a comfortable one alongside that as well. But of course, you're not buying a Fold just for the way you use it on the front. This makes it more functional because you'll use it like this a lot of the time, especially when out and about. You're buying a Fold because you get this. So if you were contemplating maybe getting a new iPhone and an iPad mini, well, there's really no point, because if you just get this phone, it's all together in one. Because when you unfold it, you've got an 8-inch inner display. One that, if you actually use it for multitasking and productivity, you can split into two full-size smartphone screens next to each other. When it's open, it's even thinner again. Of course it is, it's unfolded. But it just means that you've got the lightest and thinnest tablet you would possibly expect. Definitely thinner than any iPad out there. That inner display is just amazing for entertainment. Just the fact that you've got that big screen, especially for YouTube. I don't know what it is, I just love watching YouTube with the content splashed across the top and then the scrolling stuff down the bottom. It's incredible. But for me, the flex mode solution really is where this phone separates from everything else. The fact I can pop it in like this and then sit it down on a table, sit it down on a desk, and sit down and enjoy YouTube content without the need to have a stand or sort of crane my neck down like that means you're actually getting a pleasant viewing experience and a convenient one. You're not going to view content like that all the time. Some people will say, just go to case. Well, no. Why should I have to get a case when the phone does it all for me? There's other elements to flex mode too, which I'll get to a little bit later. Now, normally with the Fold, you kind of say, at least from a point and shoot standpoint, that the cameras are weak. I think it's still kind of the same. Samsung have stepped it up this year. You've got the 200 megapixel main camera from the Ultra and a 12 megapixel ultra wide that has macro capabilities. Both those cameras are quite capable and can actually do some really nice things, whether that be high resolution, whether that be good dynamic range, or whether that be macro. You've got that flexibility. The 3x camera, I'm going to keep saying this, it's weak. It just doesn't have the oomph that a 5x telephoto would. I really wish Samsung put a 5x telephoto here, but that's not the story with the Fold's cameras. I'm not telling you to buy the Fold 7 for its camera system because of these. I'm telling you to buy this camera system because of this. The Fold 7 has camera flexibility, something that just no other phone can offer you. And yes, the camera modes are great. Apple have now added dual recording, but it's more about the form factor and what it can allow for. Flex mode is sensational. Not just as a content creator, because I can imagine that some people might look at this and think, oh, you just film videos for YouTube. Of course you're going to find it better. Well, yes and no. I do a lot of my filming for YouTube using other cameras now because I just didn't want to keep clogging my phones up with storage when I've got kids, and I'd prefer to capture content of my children and my family as opposed to just filling my phone up with YouTube stuff. But it's great for content, but it's equally as good for family because whether it be birthdays, whether you be at a park, it's just an amazing thing to be able to sit down on a flat surface and record, because then you can be a part of the moment. You don't have to sit back and be the one filming. You can jump in and be a part of it. With any other phone, and this includes Samsung, you need a tripod for that. This you don't. Because you've got this cover screen and it can unfold like this, you can use this screen for these cameras, giving you rear cam selfie. Again, you might look at this and go, it's a YouTube thing. And yes, I have used it for YouTube, but you can also use it for family, because you can actually turn it on as a cover screen preview where your family can actually preview themselves. It's great for kids. See themselves in the screen, and then you take a photo of them with them focused looking at you. It's amazing. Then you've got that inner selfie camera, which is now better. And yes, Apple upgraded their selfie cameras for center stage. And that's great if you're holding the phone for video calls. But if you wanted to sit down at a table and take a video call, you can put this down flat and just look at the phone. You don't have to hold it and sort of get fatigue. Just talk. Then there's the productivity elements. Now, Apple, I guess, in the business world has always been known to be the phone that people get. A lot of it's because ecosystem, they use a MacBook and they use an iPad, so they need it all to sync together. And I just don't buy that narrative anymore. I really think you can do more from a Samsung phone without the need for that ecosystem, especially the Fold. Because it's a phone and a tablet in one, you get the access to the cover screen, and then you can continue what you're doing on the inside. So if you're launching something on the front and you need the bigger screen to view it, just open it up and it jumps straight in. And then once you're in that big screen, Samsung give you a host of productivity features. The taskbar, where you can drag and drop apps into multi-window formats, or my personal favorite, pop-up windows, is amazing. You have the flex mode that I sort of spoke about, where you can put the phone into that flex mode and have a trackpad access down the bottom, almost like a laptop. Or the biggest one of all, Samsung DeX. There's still no Apple like for like here. Samsung DeX gives you that option to use your phone as your desktop, and you can take it anywhere. Whether it be sitting at a desk at home or you want to take it on the road, you've got DeX sitting in here ready to go at a moment's notice. Still not available or capable on any iPhone. Now, there's other things to sort of mention. A lot of it's sort of software related, like Good Lock, for example. The pure customization that Good Lock gives you on your phone. Phenomenal. Or oneui 8, which is now sort of Samsung's best software offering yet in terms of fluidity and feature set. That's here too. But then you've got iOS 26 and Liquid Glass to talk about on their side of the fence. What they don't have as much of, though, is Galaxy AI. Galaxy AI has pretty much just become the stock standard for AI now. Whether it be generative edit, whether it be the summarize features, the intelligent stuff like Now Brief, that is a lot of things that people, I guess, can find useful in their day-to-day. Apple barely mentioned AI at their event, and we can all understand why with where they're sitting with it at the moment, whereas Samsung is pressing down hard. Integrations with Gemini, announcements with Perplexity and Copilot. Samsung are full throttle ahead with the AI game, and it's not just AI for the AI's sake, it's functional and purposeful. So that is what I believe can help you make the switch to Z Fold 7 if you're thinking about coming from an iPhone, or if you're just thinking about foldables in general. They're some of the things that I think really will make a difference to your experience. If you want to learn more about Samsung phones and how to use them, my channel is the place to be, so hit subscribe to Tech with Benefits for that. Come and find me on my socials, and I'll see you guys in the next one. You!